Hi, I'm Dawn, and this is Carolyn. Welcome to Sampradaa. We're here to help guide you through things that you may be experiencing that you need help with. Carolyn is an amazing hypnotherapist. I've been to her a couple times now, and I'll tell you, she's fantastic. She's helped me so tremendously. And I am a life coach, and we are here to help as many people as we possibly can. So today we're going to start this podcast by choosing a random topic. We have a few written down, and we will just start discussing it, and hopefully we'll be able to connect with people who are experiencing the same things and be able to help them. So we hope you enjoy, and here we go. Let's start the first topic.
All right. Exciting.
Would you like to say anything about your...
No, I'm just really excited to be out there and bring whatever we can, what we know about through things that we've gone through, that we just want to spread our knowledge and maybe learn things from people that are watching too.
Yeah, so. Absolutely. So we have a couple of things written down. We don't know what's in each topic here that we have written, but we're going to let the universe decide for us what we need to discuss today. So here we go. Carolyn, you want to do the honors?
I'm picking this one.
Okay.
All right.
What's our topic for
Today's
today?
topic is the power of the mind.
Oh, wonderful. That's
awesome.
great.
Yes.
All right. So our first topic today is the power of the mind. Would you like to start?
Sure. When I went through my training, my hypnotherapy training, I was just amazed at, I always kind of knew that our minds are not being used to their full capacity, and I think we all kind of know that. And there are just so many things that we can heal ourselves physically, emotionally. It just takes work, and it just takes kind of a reprogramming. But what I have found out in my training is that everything we kind of go through as adults kind of started off in our childhood or even infancy, and without even us knowing, we develop beliefs and habits or anything like that, and it's never too late to reprogram our brains, which is really cool. Because I mean, if you really think about it, a lot of our ailments that we have, physical ailments, skin problems, anything like that, can be healed by our own brains. So, I mean, I just think it's pretty cool. It's
absolutely phenomenal. Our brain is the best tool that we have, and we can utilize that in so many different ways, and we are not even barely touching that.
Oh, no.
It really does take work, and it really does take a lot of strength, and just to keep pursuing these new things that we can explore and try to heal ourselves and heal others, and through our own experiences. And your mind really, truly is the most powerful thing that you have. And a lot of times we go through our days and our mind is just wandering every which way. And meditation is a really amazing tool to get control of your mind, and so that you are able to go through your day with a clear mind, and you're able to focus better, and it really does help with healing as well.
Absolutely. I think one of the things that Dawn and I have talked about is, we become familiar with things. And I know this is something she's just recently discovered, is the brain likes familiarity. Stumbling on that word, but and it's because it's comfortable to us. It makes it, we don't like to be outside our comfort zone. Even if it's an abusive relationship, that's familiar to us, which it sounds crazy, but it feels comfortable. It feels familiar. So that is why, we sometimes have to take a step back and go, okay, hold on. We need to reset how our mind is thinking and how we go about our daily life, because we don't have to always go back to what is familiar, because it could be, not very healthy. And I also think the other thing that's really cool with, I feel like where we're going in this world globally is getting back to the natural way of healing, and away from, the westernized medicine where just throw a Band-Aid on it, throw a pill at it, cover it up. Let's just cover it up with, Tylenol or whatever. Where if we look at Eastern medicine, they've gotten it and they still get it. And I don't know too much about it, but from what I have read, they've always come back to the chakras and, just healing from within. And if you really think about it, it's like, why don't we use natural, like what's around us? Instead, we're so caught up in what medicine can I take to fix this? I just want to fix fast, but we're just covering it up. We're not really getting to the root of what's causing the
issue. Yeah. And a lot of times it's our thoughts that are creating the disease or the illness that we have.
Absolutely.
It's more than just what we're putting in our bodies, like the foods that we eat and all that. It's our toxic thoughts as well.
Absolutely.
And they become such a habit and so ingrained in our subconscious that a lot of times we don't even catch it and we don't even realize it. But literally, disease is dis-ease.
Exactly.
So your mind is creating that and it's manifesting and that into an illness. So if you are able to control your thoughts and become more grateful for things, that's a huge plus. Gratitude is amazing. It's a life changer.
Oh yeah.
Gratitude is one way to do it. If you can catch your negative thinking, that is another huge, amazing thing. Like, because if you don't see the problem and you're being negative all the time and manifesting that in your life, you cannot fix it. You have to actually realize that that is what's happening.
Right.
So once you catch that, you can literally tell it to stop and you can change that negative thought into a positive one. So whenever you feel that negative thought creep in, just say, stop, that is not who I am, that's not how I want to be, and just counteract it with the opposite, what you really truly want, you know?
And then once you keep putting that energy out, that's what you get back. And it seems so simple, but it's so hard where our brains, and I think it does go back to primitive times where you're in, fight or flight, or you're just there to protect yourself. So you immediately always on the lookout for who's trying to get me or who's trying to hurt me. But we don't need to be like that anymore.
All the time.
And but why, I always have people say why is it so easy to just go down like a spiral of I hate myself, I'm not good enough, whereas if we just turn that around, it's the same exact thing going the other way.
Right. Yeah, it's like going down or going up. Which way do you want to go?
Right.
You truly have the power. It's all in you. You're the only one that can do it.
Yeah.
No one can do it for you.
Yeah.
That's the crazy thing.
Oh, yeah.
Because if we could do it for somebody else, oh my goodness.
Please. I mean, exactly.
Yeah.
But ultimately, it is probably the only thing we do have control over, because we all want control, is your thoughts. And as you said, if you feel it creeping in, stop and change that thought.
Redirect it.
Yes,
yeah, definitely.
Exactly.
Definitely. Yeah. So manifesting
yes.
is also a huge part of your mind. You're creating all the time, whether you like it or not, whether you believe it or not. It is happening. Your mind is creating your future experience. So if you're living in a loop, and you're just repeating the same cycles over and over again, that's because that's where you're focused.
Yes.
But when you want to change your life and when you're ready for that experience, you have to really make a clear decision and you have to stick to it. You don't want to wobble back and forth with your thoughts. You have to take control of your mind. Don't let it control you. There's so many techniques to do this too, and just knowing what you want is so important.
Oh, yeah.
Because once you decide, that is what I want, and you strictly go for that, that's what you're bringing in. That's what you're going to get.
Yes, absolutely. There was one other thing, too, that I was going to say. Now I can't think of what it was.
Oh, no. I'm sorry.
Whoops. It was about, I know what it was. Basically, along the lines of whatever you think, how do I say this? Whatever you think of yourself or whatever you think is true.
Yes.
So, or it is right. So if you have that thought, I am, I'm a loser, I can't do anything right. That's true.
That's true.
Because that's what you're bringing in. That's what you're manifesting. So why not just turn it around and say, I'm amazing. I am the best tattoo artist in Southwest Florida. Duh. I mean, you are.
Oh, yeah.
And
that's
are.
one of my occupations,
And
by the way.
It's another thing. Yeah. So, but that is what's so cool about the brain. And we don't give it enough credit, I don't think.
No.
You know, we just think of it as just this thing, you know, in our heads.
Yeah.
But
it really does. It helps you through life or it hurts you through life. And
absolutely.
You have the control. It's really, truly up to you.
Yeah. It is. It's actually a choice. It's a choice.
Totally
when you wake up in the morning, you can choose to start the thoughts downward or no, this is going to be a great day. I'm grateful for, and I journal every day.
Nice.
And that's another great habit to get into because it's putting all those thoughts, you know, I'm grateful. I get down to like the tiniest of things. I'm grateful for that tree outside my window. I'm grateful for my windows. I'm grateful for literally like the littlest things because once you get in that mode, once you're grateful, you're showing gratitude, it's very hard to slip backwards and start thinking of all the bad things because you do realize, you know, we have it pretty great, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. There is always something to be grateful for. And yeah, like you said, you have a choice. When you get up in the morning, you can either spiral upward and you can start listing all the things that you're grateful for, which will then put you in a better mood and it will spin out of control and you'll keep finding good things in life. Or you can wake up in the morning feeling stressed about the day before, your relationship, your bills, anything, and you're going to manifest that and that's going to spiral and that's how your day is going to continue. You're going to be stuck in traffic, you're going to be miserable. It's a choice.
It just brings it in. Now, you know, I did want to also mention energy. So have you ever noticed if you're around somebody who's really negative? And all of a sudden your demeanor, you can like glom onto that. And I mean, I have that happen because I work with, in my other job, I have, you know, sometimes I do some part-time work and there's a lot of negativity and I can feel myself getting dragged on and I have to make a huge like conscious effort to be the one smiling on the Zoom call and like try to lighten everything up because it can just, it's very easy to be dragged down into it. So, I mean, my recommendation is if you're ever in that situation, just be the, I don't want to say obnoxious one smiling, but it is. It's almost like be the light and be the one like making light of things or, you know, joking around or trying to make someone's day. And, you know, a lot of people get taken aback by that. They're like, what's wrong with her? But especially when you're in a situation where everybody's like, my job's awful.
I know.
You know, it's easy to get sucked in. And then if you just kind of are like, you know what, I kind of like this job. It's kind of fun because we get to, you know, whatever. Think of something. And then hopefully that can turn the attitude around. But
hopefully,
that's the goal.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's very important because you do absorb people's energy, whether you realize it or not. Like if you're in a good mood and somebody walks in and they're in a bad mood, immediately it changes the vibe in the room. And you can feel it. I mean, I can feel it. I don't know.
Energy vampires. Yes. They're everywhere.
Absolutely. And there is something that you can do for your energy so that you can protect yourself in this kind of situation. You can envision yourself being surrounded by a golden bubble or a white light. Like, I
love that.
And just, keep it close to you so that you could feel it into your heart space and even send that love out to them. Because obviously they're probably not aware that they're doing this. Most people are not aware.
They're not.
They're just worried. They're in their own self-absorbed little box and they're worried about things or, you know, they're just dealing with their own situations in their own minds. And, you know, we all do it. You know, we all have bad days. We're human. But
it happens. I mean,
there are ways to help.
Just
for sure.
So
So
what else?
Manifesting, I guess we can go back to that.
Yeah, I mean, manifesting is a really interesting concept because, a few years ago I had no idea what it was.
Yeah.
And then I slowly started listening to, Abraham Hicks and Joe Dispenza, and
amazing.
And it's such a cool thing because the other thing too that actually Chris, our mutual friend, also mentioned that she'll be on this podcast I'm sure someday, but she mentioned that a really cool way to get through your day or get through any rough time or whatever is or questioning, am I doing the right thing, am I on the right path? And if you really think about it, it's like it's already happened. Like this life, this timeline you're on has already happened. You're just experiencing it right now. Yeah. And it's kind of a weird way to look at it, yes. But it's already been manifested, right? Because you've already put it out there. You've already decided. We've already decided we're gonna have a podcast.
Yes, and here we are.
It's like you put it out there, yes. And it happens.
Yeah.
And it's very hard for people that are, I always say, like on the 3D, who are very in the day-to-day, get up, go to work, come home, make dinner, go to bed.
Yes.
It's like thinking like outside the box where, it's really cool to just think about it. Our lives have already laid out for us.
Right.
The path is already there. We're just experiencing it right now. Yeah, we're catching up.
So basically, you're catching up to your thoughts of the past.
Exactly.
Really.
Exactly.
So that, and
I just got to chill on that.
I did too.
It's true.
It is true. Yeah. It's very true. And so, if you know that, and if you have that information, wouldn't you want to create a life that you love, a life that, like heaven on earth? Yes. Like, who wouldn't want that, right?
There it is. Yeah.
So you have the power to do that.
Mm-hmm.
You absolutely do. So what you have to do in order to get that is just make a conscious decision.
Mm-hmm.
Really truly think about what you want to live, how you want to live your life, what experiences do you want to have, and feel the emotions of it, because that draws it in.
That's the key.
Is the key. I think to manifesting
is
the feeling of it.
Yeah, and not to interrupt you, but the hardest part of it is not intervening in it.
Yes.
Like not knowing how.
Right.
So in other words, like you have that vision that you want to live on a hilltop in a beautiful house.
Right.
That's going to happen, but you can't figure out how it's going to happen. You just have to let it unfold.
Imagine it, feel it, move toward it by using gratitude, belief. If you don't believe it, it's never going to happen.
Right.
So that's what I was saying about the clear, conscious decision to do it. Like, that's what you have to move toward in order to make it happen. And also those emotions. Even if you've never had that experience, you've had similar things in your life happen that brought you good emotions, right?
Yes.
We have all that. We have all that in us. Mm-hmm. So you can take those emotions and put it towards that and be like, you know what? I think that I would feel relief once this happens.
Yeah.
I think that I would love this experience once this happens. And you get into your heart space and just start feeling the emotions that you want to experience when you have what you want to manifest.
Right.
And that's a huge key.
It is. It's the feelings. Everything comes back to the feelings, right?
Yes.
We know that.
And if we feel like we don't deserve it, then that's a huge hang up. So you have to let go of that because you deserve everything. That's what you're here for.
Absolutely.
You're here to experience whatever you desire in this life.
Absolutely.
You can truly have, be, or do anything. So what do you want to have? What do you want to be?
Yeah.
What do you want to do? Go for it.
Absolutely. Start a podcast.
Try to help people. Everybody's doing it. Yeah.
So what else?
Let's see. Do we want to touch on anything else with the
meditation? Did we talk about that?
Briefly, but
and grounding.
Oh, we didn't.
Grounding
is huge. Yeah, let's talk about.
So
grounding.
I try. I haven't been great lately, but I try. Every day to at least be barefoot outside. Once a day, just to let all the goodness come in, and we forget. Like when we grew up, like I always was barefoot, always. And, you know, you get older, you wear shoes. That's just how it goes.
Yeah.
And now we're like separating ourselves from the earth.
Yes.
So, I mean, there are people, I think there's some like famous football player that like he literally walks around without shoes all the time because he's just like, I don't need shoes. I want to be, you know, touching the earth. Mm-hmm. So that is important. It's the energy.
Let's talk about why that's important.
Yeah.
You know?
You tell me.
All right. So, when you're grounding and your feet are touching the earth, you're transferring energy into the earth, and you're also getting energy back.
Yes. So,
our earth is here to take care of us. Yeah. Obviously.
Yeah. It's to reset our bodies. It
does.
Don't you think? I mean, it's a way to connect, a way to, also, I think, like, dispel, is that the word? Yes. To get all of the negative energy out of your body.
For sure.
And doing it naturally instead of, however else you can do it. But I'm sure there's
unnaturally.
By some pill or whatever that you can take. But I think it's important. Either go to the beach, put your feet in the sand, go.
The sun, being in the sun.
Yeah.
That helps.
Being in the sun, just walking in the grass, or sitting in a chair with your feet in the grass, or, all of that is so important.
Go hug a tree.
Yeah, do it.
Just do it.
We're tree huggers. No. Yeah, it's true though. I mean, there are studies shown it does help your psyche. Yeah,
so. I mean, we are naturally connected to the earth. Mm-hmm. I mean, it makes sense, and she's here to protect us.
Absolutely.
And we should really honor that more, and we should be more grateful, and we forget.
I know.
It's so second nature to us. Mm-hmm. It's like we just take it for granted. We don't even think about it. And, once we start getting into a different mind frame where we're way more appreciative of things like that, like the earth, like gravity, like fresh, clean air, fresh water. These are things that we so take for granted.
Oh my gosh, I know.
And those are little pieces that you can be grateful for every single day. When you wake up and when you go to sleep at night, those are the two most important times of the day to get into a space where you have positive thinking, gratitude, because that's setting you up for the next day.
Yes.
So the more you do that, the more you create a better day for the next day and the next day and the next day. So it is definitely a practice. It's a lifestyle. It's not just a one-time thing. You can't give up. You can't be like, oh, I don't feel like doing this today. Because sure, you can give up. You have a choice, but how do you want to live your life? Do you want to stay miserable? Do you want to manifest your dream life? Like, it's your choice.
Yep, it is a choice.
I wanted to also touch back on the journaling that you were talking about.
Yeah.
So, words are spells.
Yes.
That's why they call it spelling, right? And so, if you're journaling, if you keep a positive journal and start listing gratitude things and just positive things, the more positive you can get, the quicker you're going to get where you want to be.
Yeah, that's very true.
That's a really good thing to do.
Yeah, I think it's great because it's a way to, if something's bothering you or, and you don't have anybody to talk to, you can just get it out. Just get it all out and write it down. And it really, really helps start your day, I think. I mean, I'm kind of a person of routine anyway, so it's like my daily journal. I just, even if it's like 4 or 5 sentences, of gratitude or whatever, even if I don't have a lot of time, I'll at least do that because it just sets me up, to have a positive day.
Yeah, and the written word is very powerful.
It is.
I mean, I love that you do that. I have done that in the past. I do don't feel like I have enough time in the morning.
Yes.
Even though I do.
Well,
But I do it verbally. I do it mentally. And I do it not just in the morning. I literally do this all day, every single day, without fail. Yeah. All day, every day.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Every minute I can. If I'm driving in the car, don't get me wrong, we are in Florida and in season and traffic is not
it's hard
fun.
To stay.
But it is hard to stay calm.
Yeah.
But I kind of laugh about it when I realize, I'm like, what are you doing? And I'm like, oh.
You're like, oops.
Oops. gratitude.
I'm grateful that
I have a car.
Grateful I'm sitting in traffic and I have a car. But seriously, I mean, like, that's what they say you're supposed to do is, like, instead of getting mad at the person in front of you or whatever.
Which is hard.
Right? You're supposed to be like, I am just so grateful that I have this time by myself and I can listen to any music I want because I have my alone time or whatever. Like, turn it into something positive.
Something positive.
And that goes back to our thing about reframing your thoughts and making it fun or, you know, a positive, because we do get so dragged down with just everyday life. It's, you know, there's social media bombarding us all the time and it's hard to block it out, you know. So,
it is. Yeah, it definitely is.
Yeah. With AI and all that.
Everything, and, like, the things that we watch.
Yeah.
That also goes into our mental space.
Yes,
so
for sure.
It's, you know, I know it's a nice escape sometimes, but, like, when you're watching things that are violent all the time and stuff like that, you're really not helping yourself. You're not helping your future.
Yeah.
You're just feeding more into that.
Yeah.
Without even realizing
without
it.
Even being conscious of it. It's funny because I feel like as I've gotten older, I cannot watch, like, I used to love those, you know, like Quentin Tarantino, like Pulp Fiction movie. Like, I cannot watch that anymore. I just am like, oh, I don't like it.
Yeah.
It just feels
wrong.
yucky. Yeah. And I just...
Because it's a lower vibration.
It is. It's like...
Great movies. I mean, they're good.
I mean,
but,
I'm not saying they're not good, but I just, like, anymore, I'm like, you know, I would just rather not watch anything.
Same.
It just feels like it's clogging up.
Taking up unnecessary space.
Yeah.
And you can feel it in your heart as well. It feels off.
Yes.
Yeah.
And another weird thing is, like, even when I was younger, little, I probably watched some, like, horror movies that I should not have been watching at my age of 11 or whatever I was. But I remember feeling so, like, affected by that. Like, just...
Anxious, maybe?
Kind of, like... It really bothered me when my friends would be like, yeah, let's watch, you know, Freddy Krueger. And I would be like, and I still to this day cannot watch horror movies. I just can't.
I have a hard time too.
Freaks me out.
Yeah.
So it's obviously like something in my body is not.
Yeah. And a lot of people don't pay attention to those feelings because it's become so normal.
Right.
I mean, if you turn on Netflix and all that, the majority of the movies are like... killing and murder and
everything
horrible
is,
and just saying it makes me feel cringy.
It's awful.
Like,
everything has to be about somebody dying and
it's
you know,
terrible.
like murder. And,
it doesn't have to be that way. I know. I choose not to even.
I just,
if it's not funny, I don't even want to watch
it.
I
agree. I'm with you. I'm like, if I'm not laughing, no.
Yep.
So, yes.
Yeah.
Glad
this is good. Yeah. This is a good talk. I'm loving this. I hope that this is helping people. Like, I hope we're sharing some.
I mean,
good
someday
tips.
we're going to be doing lives. We're going to be doing. Why don't you talk about our Sampradaa?
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I am starting a business called Sampradaa, and it's a life coaching and wellness services that we'll be providing, and through this, we're going to be able to do podcasts, and I'm really hopeful that we could do a talk show. I think that would be really cool because we have so many awesome ladies and people that are so knowledgeable about so many different alternative things. And really, I think that that's the key right now is alternative things because we've been so bombarded with the norm.
Typical.
Let's just put it that way. And how has it worked for us? It really hasn't really worked for us, right? And so it's time to move out of that.
Yeah. And
time to bring in stuff that has been working thousands of years ago before all this other stuff was introduced for money purposes, really.
Yep.
And so we have people on our team that do hypnotherapy and life coaching. I recently wrote a book as well that I'm working on getting it published. It's called Inside Out, and it is semi-autobiography, which has some of my life stories in it, and it's a workbook as well. And so I've been through a lot in life, let me just tell you. And look, I still got a smile on my face.
She does. She's awesome.
So So, through everything that I've experienced and learned and stayed positive through, I'm able to help others. And I think that's why we go through so much in life.
Oh, yeah.
Is so that we can heal ourselves and help others and guide them how to heal themselves as well. And so I'm working on publishing that as well right now. And we'll be able to do workshops, retreats, and all kinds of goodies.
We've got somebody who specializes in tarot.
Yes.
Tarot readings.
We have a few of those, actually.
And, yes, we do. And sound bowls. Right?
Yeah, I believe so. I just talked to, crystal bowl healing, like
Yeah.
but I'm not sure. I'm sure we can find somebody.
Yeah, if she can.
But if she's.
And
not able
then
to
the
do
other
it.
thing was the astrocartography, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So talk about that. What is that?
That is, I'm not an expert, but it's the study or the art of knowing where in the world you get your best energy for different things. So we all, the way our astrology is mapped out, have a place or several places on the earth that are better for us energetically. So you might have been somewhere and you just kind of get this weird feeling. That's probably, like if you say you go to, just pick a city, like, I don't know, New Orleans, and you're there and you're like, I'm supposed to be liking this, but I just feel weird. It's probably not energetically for you. So it's just kind of a way to map out, and our friend Chris is
really good.
Kind of good at that, and she's really good at it. Yeah, we can edit that out.
Yeah.
No, she's really good at it, and she can help you figure out, where you should be in the world. If usually it's not just one place. It's kind of like a longitude, latitude thing. So it could line up, maybe New York, and then down from New York. It's kind of that way. So.
Yeah, it's really cool.
If you like warmer weather, Florida.
And she does the birth charts as well, which is really cool.
Really cool.
We're going to be doing manifestation courses. Oh, gosh, we have so much to offer.
Yes.
And once I get my website up and running,
yep.
You'll be able to see a list of everything that we're going to be able to provide for people. Okay. And I'm so excited about doing this for everybody.
It's going to be great. We are very excited.
It is.
Yay.
We have so much to offer with all the ladies that we have so far.
We do.
I'm so excited.
Yay.
So, would you like to say anything else?
I do have one thing I was gonna read, because this came up today, and it just, what you said that earlier when you were talking. It says, one thing I've learned is that life is a paradox. In order to heal, you must hurt. In order to love, you must break open. And you must break open. And in order to have peace, you must face chaos. Never regret any experience in your life, because it is always meant to bring you balance. The light always follows. Oh, and I just thought that was it just hits home, because you're like, when you're in your darkest days, if you're having a rough time right now, just know that the reason you're having that rough time, it's there for a reason. Probably because there's something so much bigger and better coming, and you're going to be able to help people because you've already been through it.
Yeah.
And, we both look back on some dark times that we were in, and, when you're in it, it's very hard to see the light or see the other side. But coming from us, we're on the other side. Just stay the course, because there is something better. There's always something better on the other side, and you're going through it to make you stronger.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And eventually you'll look back at that experience and know why you went through it, and you'll actually be grateful for the experience, because if you didn't go through that, you wouldn't be who you are today.
That's right.
And you wouldn't be as strong as you are, and you wouldn't have helped so many people along the way. So it is really important to, if you're going through it, I'm actually going through stuff right now, but just breathe.
Yes.
Just breathe, and you just keep your heart open to the most positive experiences that can come from that, okay? It will happen. Like, you'll get out of that darkness.
You will.
If you just stay positive, it's bound to come to an end. But yeah, we absolutely go through trials and tribulations in life, to make us stronger and so that we can heal and help others.
Yes. And just take one
step
minute at a time.
Oh, yes,
you know,
absolutely.
and just stay in the moment. It's very hard to do, but
Yes.
if you just take the task right in front of you and get through that, that's all you need to do.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
1 minute at a time.
That's right. That's it.
Yes. So
All right.
I think this has been fantastic.
It's been great. I'm glad.
so excited.
Yeah, I'm glad we got our first one off the
We
ground.
got our first one done. And we'll just keep getting better and better
Yeah.
as we go.
We're going to work on the lighting and the
Yeah,
sound
everything.
and everything, but you got to start somewhere.
We got to
right?
start somewhere. You
Gotta
got
start
to, like Nike, just do it.
Just do it. We just did it.
We just did it. So hopefully you enjoyed this and you got something out of it. If you did, please leave us a comment, like, subscribe, share, whatever you got to do.
Yeah.
Just be happy, fill your heart with love, and we send you all the love, light, and peace that we have within us to you.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Bye.
Bye, guys. Till next time.
Till next time.
Hi, welcome to Sampradaa. This is Carolyn, and I'm Dawn, and we are your hosts and hostesses today. And I think I want to start over. Okay.